Libtard parents raise gender-neutral child. Saying your child is gender-neutral is like saying you have a vegan dog. We all know who's really making the choices. Okay, A, gender, not a choice. B, what do you want the baby to choose? It doesn't have fucking hands. It doesn't know how to grab things. You're such a dipshit.
They call this gender creative parenting. Well, that's a made-up name if I've ever heard one. Hold on, I haven't seen this, but I'm willing to bet it's some bullshit.
Oh my god, I hate this. I hate this motherfucker.
When our child Zoomer was born in 2016, my partner Brent and I decided to raise them without a sign.
God damn it, I hate that we both laughed at that. You can't do that to your kid. That's fucking crazy. You name your kid Zoomer.
We didn't disclose their reproductive anatomy to people who didn't need to know. We used the gender-neutral pronouns they, them, their until Zoomer could tell us what pronouns fit best.
Confusing
and we taught
kid.
Zoomer about bodies, gender, identity, and expression in an expansive and inclusive way. We wanted to hold space for the possibility that Zoomer could be intersex.
Yeah, you give him a little
transgender,
Prince Valiant
non-binary.
haircut. That's setting him
We
up
were
for
committed
success.
Jesus Christ, dude. Steven, you can't yell into your microphone while audio's playing. It's not funny. You just can't hear anything. Dogs could literally be vegan. I mean, they can, but it's just not great for them. Yeah, trans equals dog. That's also funny. The shit is just like such obvious rage bait. I hate this shit. Like, it's on TikTok and everyone's gonna get mad at it, and that's like the whole point of it existing. Also, like, they're like, we need to include that Zoomer might be intersex. Like, okay, you wouldn't know if Zoomer was intersex. That's not how that works.
protecting them from experiencing sexism in early childhood.
How about being compared
Zoomer
to
wore
Little
all
Lord
the clothes,
Fauntleroy?
played with
Shut up! Shut up! You can't play a video and expect me to understand what's happening in the video if you're yelling over it.
Around Zoomer's fourth birthday, he told us that he's a boy and that he loves he/him pronouns. Zoomer knows
also
who
loves
he is
boogers.
and understands that gender is not binary and that his body
He also
doesn't
loves
define
shitting his
destiny.
pants.
We call
None of the men in that room are legally allowed around a 4-year-old. So, why is he eating the mic? That's a great point. No, you can't have different internal anatomy and not know much later to life. Oh, sorry, I thought you were being sarcastic. No, you're right. You're right. But if you wanted to know, you can get an ultrasound when the kid's a baby. Zoomer is such a dumb name, but this is genuinely quite sweet. This is sweet and it's well-intentioned, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's not, like, this kid's gonna be fine. There's nothing fucking wrong with Zoomer, other than his name's pretty stupid. But what I don't understand is why it's okay for parents to choose our gender based off of genitalia, but it's not okay to let their kid choose their gender. Because it's different. That's the only reason. Because it's different. Because it's not what we're used to. So Steven Crowder's mad about it. I don't think it's rage bait like they... No, it's not rage bait, but like obviously it only went viral because people are mad about it. He also likes shitting his pants as a child. Also a 4-year-old child. They should be potty trained by 4. Also, yeah, talking about a kid like this, that's disgusting. Tell me you're a piece of shit just by ridiculing innocent kids. Asshole piece of shit. That's the thing. They don't hold back. It doesn't matter. A kid, adult, elderly, fucking zygote, little fetus. Like, they'll make fun of anyone and everyone if they're trans. There is no holding back on a trans person in Steven Crowder's mind.
this gender creative parenting, and there's
Just let him.
resources
That's what he
and an
wants to
amazing
do.
community waiting for you if you want to learn more.
See, the key there is this. Can I say the woman in the video? I have no idea.
Who
But like,
knows?
dude,
If you don't know, you can just say person. Like Steven Crowder's like brain, he just doesn't have a lot of words in there. He can't fit too many.
Z says we call this creative gender parenting. Okay, you can call it whatever. It's nothing. It's not real.
It is. It is. You just watched it. It is real. It's real.
It's not a thing. This is the issue. But then it'll be a thing, and that'll become a part of the curriculum. We're laughing at how absurd it is, but it's hate speech in certain places like the UK to speak out against it.
It's not. That's a lie.
My home country in Canada, pastors jailed.
That's a lie.
Mike Ward jailed for an offensive joke.
That's a lie. Steven Crowder should be jailed, though.
This is the issue. Creative gender parenting is not a thing.
What do you mean? You can't just keep saying it's not. It's a thing. You just watched it. It's real.
Do you know how I know? Hospitals. You know the places that you've short-staffed?
You've? What the fuck did this couple do to short-staffed hospitals?
They have to mark it down.
They have to mark down sex, you stupid fucking slug. They mark down the sex, okay? That doesn't matter.
They have to mark down the name Zoomer.
I know.
Sitting there going, you sure? All right, fine. Here's your stupid kid.
They leave it in the preemie ward like, we're just going to leave it unlocked. It would be a shame if someone swapped him and gave him a better life.
Yeah, that kid looked really fucking miserable.
Boys have a penis, girls
Yeah.
have a vagina.
Oh, my.
And these are the guys that are like shitting themselves over the groomer narrative. Yeah, transgender people are single-handedly short-staffing hospitals. That's the thing. This kid isn't even trans. They just let this kid fill out whatever they wanted for their own gender, and he liked the he him pronouns and chose to live masculine. The parents idea, and it's not a bad idea, is that the fucking shit in this child's pants is none of your fucking business. Let the kid be who they truly want to be outside of social boundaries that limit all of us. And Steven Crowder's like, no, I have to know what's in this kid's pants. I have to. That's what Steven Crowder is saying, because he's a fucking pedophile freak.
Kids right every time.
Your kid needs parents, not a friend.
Yeah.
It's really what it boils
I want to eat
down
chocolate all night long.
Yeah, you know
well,
what?
we got to let him do it.
That's not at all what we're talking about. That's completely unrelated last time I checked.
Zoomer's going to be a
possible-
bit of a prick when he grows up.
Yeah, unlike all of you guys, which are very normal, well-adjusted adults.
Oh, he's
We're
gonna
very angry at his
I'm
parents.
serious. Like, he's going to think the world revolves around him and I get to experience everything and it's about me getting to make every choice in life. And it's like, oh, you're just setting yourself up for hell as parents.
Zoomers.
Why? Why are you making that assumption? Why do you assume this kid gets whatever he wants? Yeah, not your kid. You don't gotta worry about it, asshole. Also, you are not legally allowed around children. You have to tell all of your neighbors. You gotta knock on their door and let them know you move in. You're on multiple lists.
Zoomer's going to be like that. I don't know if it was the NPR podcast where the host would switch genders in the show.
What?
Like, no, now I'm out. Oh, we'll bring this up for Mug Club. Someone in the control room.
Seriously?
Yeah, in the
No
middle of the
way.
show was like, oh, no, now
No
you're
way.
talking.
Yeah, we'll bring this up past the paywall. Yeah, even fucking Ratface Garrett or whatever his name is. Even he's like, nah, that's bullshit. That's not real. You made that up. Because he did.
Now you're talking to Tammy. I'm a woman now. And they were like, okay, Tammy.
So you have split personalities. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's normal.
Yeah. Okay.
Like so Zoomer was born a girl?
Shut up! It doesn't matter. That's the point. Look at this fucker's face, thinking about what's in that kid's pants. Look at him. He's thinking about it. He wants to know.
I guess.
No, I think a boy.
Oh, and then he figured out all on his own that he's a boy.
I don't know if he was born a boy or a girl.
I'm
they
assuming.
didn't disclose.
They
so.
didn't disclose.
What do you mean? Shut the fuck up.
Boy, I'm gonna buy my son a Kevlar vest.
I wonder how many trans kids have committed mass shootings. That's really interesting. Yeah, get your son a Kevlar vest to protect him from the fucking trans kids that are doing the mass shootings. Yeah, all the trans kids that are doing school shootings. Yeah. Dude, your son is gonna do the school shooting, you fucking moron. You got the guns that he can get.
No Playboys.
Watch Louder with Crowder live.
God damn, dude. Was Zoomer born a girl? Fucking freaks, dude.